So super discouraging thing happened the other day. Long story short, I deleted 2 important videos from my YouTube. My Scars Are Too Heavy and Apple Pie. Apple Pie was on an album called System Failure, which I had taken down because it wasn't necessarily mixed properly, or it could have been mixed 10 times better. So anyway, I took it down. So Apple Pie had the video stayed up on my YouTube, but it actually isn't even on the platforms. Apple Pie is a representation of a foolish mentality of youth and living in America and wasting our time. There's a theme in my music if you haven't noticed. So I pulled the instrumental back up. All the samples are missing. So then I go to the next thing. Try to download an application that's supposed to segregate stems. It's a new thing, or newer. It's called Serato. Didn't work at all. It was a mess. Didn't even come close to working decently. Then I decided that I would just do it myself. I would try or attempt to mix and master this track myself. I have no stems. I have the total track. What I noticed is that I EQ'd this very specific set of keys in the low end, and it shouldn't have been there at all. And so it makes the track super muddy. And so that's why I haven't republished it to Spotify and Apple and iTunes, because there's really no point, because it doesn't sound good. But I left the video up because it had a ton of views. Well, the video got deleted and it's no longer up. So I figured now's my time to fix it. Well, come to find out, I can't fix it because I don't have the stems. So I'll show you what I did. And it kind of still sounds bad, but it's a little better. And I'll likely publish this again one day. But I am officially republishing Apple Pie. It's still kind of muddy on the low end. There are keys that will make your subs rumble. That's not good. So I'll show you what I did to try to fix it. And like I said, it's not 100% perfect, and I'll likely release this again at one point or another. But let me pull it up. Oh, here's the album cover. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So this is what I tried to do. I essentially tried to isolate different frequencies in the instrumental itself. And so if you see here, this one, I turned the low end down, the mid lows down, and I put a limit of -6 dB on the high mids and highs. And I also EQ'd out the low end. So this one here will sound, you'll hear a lot of the highs. Those strings there are the issue. They are pumping on the low end. So let me show you without the effects on them. So let's bypass both of these. And it'll literally make your bass, your speakers rumble. So that's first things first. Now, I did what I could. So that's the first track. Let's show you this one. This one, I went and I've tried to isolate the kick drum, because the kick, once I EQ the lows, then I lose the kick, which isn't good, right? So what I did is I swooped the low end down at about 84 hertz and around, let's say what is this at? 770. And then I boosted the kick at 151 hertz, which is really low end, technically low end. And that's why it swoops into, it goes all the way into, 400 here and goes into the low end at, 64 to 128 in here as well. So here are the kicks. Let me show you. I tried to isolate the kicks. And I added a compressor, which is a kick thump. this is essentially the kick by itself. So here's track 1 and the kick track and the high track together. And then I did another track, a third track, where I boosted the highs again, not the high mids. And again, swept everything out under a little over 2000 hertz and kind of just left 8 to 16K, 8 to 25K in the hertz. And so that adds a little more brightness to the high end, and also adds brightness to the cymbals and the snares and things like that. Let's pull it up. Where do we have it? Okay, so let's hear them all by themselves. Let's go. Kick by itself. The first high. And the third high. Ultimately, what it has done is it has fixed it. However, you still get reverberance into the low end from those keys, and it still annoys me, but I have fixed it as best as I can for now. So Apple Pie re-released, and sorry, it's not better. That's why I'm going to do it again one day. Oh.